Good morning, dear learners. And here I am back again with some more learning objectives and some more learning sessions. And I just hope that you all had nice holidays, and nice in-house time. And I just hope that you use that time in learning something new and gaining something. So here we are, and let's pick up this first chapter from Hornbill, and that is the portrait of a lady. The Portrait of a Lady is written by Khushwant Singh, and Khushwant Singh, if you do not know about him, he's a very, very famous, very well-known Indian novelist, as well as a lawyer, journalist and politician. He was born in Punjab, which is now, this part falls in Pakistan. And he studied law at St. Stephen's College, Delhi and King's College, London. And there is some information which is given, which I will send you in PDF also. So the important thing out of here is that he was decorated, he was given Padma Bhushan Award in 1974. And what is important about him is that he returned the award just for his protest against Operation Blue Star in 1984. And in 2007, again he was given Padma Vibhushan Award, which is the second highest civilian award in India. So moving on with the chapter, here you can see the picture of Khushwant Singh and the sparrow, which is quite relevant in this story. Now let's discuss the summary of the chapter. In this story, the portrait of a lady. Now, which lady he is talking about? He is talking about his grandmother, throughout the story, his grandmother. And he beautifully unfolds his relationship with her while describing at the same time her appearance and her daily activities. Now, if we talk about the appearance of grandmother, I would say that, first of all, children, I would like to insist you all that before seeing this PPT and before seeing this video, I implore you all to just go through the chapter, even if you don't understand few things, few phrases, few lines, please just go through it. And there would be certain expressions, certain phrases, if you do not understand, please feel free to contact me for that, okay? Because you can understand this only well when you are actually familiar with the chapter. Now, appearance of the grandmother. Now, why the appearance is important in this chapter? Because, the grandmother for this writer was always, she remained the same status. Like, she was always same old, same feeble, same petite lady, which she was there when he was a child. And she was the same old, petite, feeble lady even when he grew old. And he recalls his grandmother as a very old lady with a very wrinkled face, and she appears so old that it was hard for him to believe that she had once been young and pretty. It means that he had always seen her so old that he found it quite bizarre, quite hard to feel that this lady was ever a young lady or a beautiful lady. She was a very short, for that I used the word petite. She was fat and a little stooped in appearance. Now, she is not very fat, I would say, but she was a little stooped in. Now, stooped in, when I use this word stooped in, actually when we age, we bend in, With age, you stoop in, what is stooping is bending, And every time he would see his grandmother counting the beads of her rosary. Now, what is the beads of the rosary? You must have seen, these old people, they would be chanting, and while chanting, they would be counting some beads in their hands. And these beads in the hands, they are known as rosary. So she would be counting the beads of a rosary, and her lips would be moving constantly in a silent prayer. He's saying that she was not pretty in the traditional sense of the beauty, yet her serenity made her beautiful. Now, what is serenity? Serenity here means the calmness, the quiet of the face. The demeanor was so quiet that she appeared to be a very beautiful lady. Now, initial years of togetherness and their together life in village. Now, when they were initially, what the author and the grandmother, they were initially years, means that he spent his initial years of childhood in a village where he used to stay with his grandmother. The author lived with his grandmother and they had a very strong bond. The grandmother used to wake him up in morning. She would get him up ready for the school. She would hand over him the things like his slate, slate on which we write, like, it used to be a tradition, not now. So she would used to give him his slate and his pencil and his bag and everything. Then she would pack some chapatis to be eaten there, and all the things, like they kind of like shared a very, it generally is a motherly bond, but the writer had this motherly bond with his grandmother. And she would always pack some thick stale chapatis. Now when you see this word stale, now stale means old, old chapatis, and she would always pack these old chapatis with butter and sugar for breakfast, which they used to have in school, like after school, then the school would get over. So this is enough for today. Tomorrow we'll take up something else, and tomorrow not something else, like we will continue this story, and I hope that you all just go through this story for a better understanding of this one. It's a very beautiful one, and if you find any expression, any word difficult, please ask me in group or can call me or in any way like you want. All right, thank you all.